always got his hand in the jar.
Outside, speaking of his hand in the jar, it's Boo Boo coming the other way. Give it to Mpaka! Oh! That free throw will be good. Also, Tanner Toolson back in. And they will have this press here. And the Texans having trouble with it. Already 24 left on the clock. Hicks will get it across, throw it up, and throw it down! What? When it comes to fouls, you got 15 more to give if you just do the math.
And also attrition. You're running fresh bodies out at these players. I'm going to go back to this. Know when to go and know when to what is that again?
Know when to go, know when to whoa.
Know when to whoa.
Know when to stop.
Okay,
and slow it down. That's what he said.
I just want to make sure I heard that correctly.
That's this old country sayings out here. Oh, nothing country about that.
Grimes, nice pass inside to Mpaka. Can't finish. The second opportunity is Mizell. Benjamin over Coleman. That one's no good. Tipped up and in. Hands it off to Bristow. Bristow splits a couple defenders. No good. The putback by Mpaka is 3. 52-38.
Riley having a great game, along with 6 rebounds and 4 assists.
Benjamin inside to Mpaka. Up and around Coleman, and it's good.
The too small signal to the Texans.
And it's a good thing that Abilene Christian doesn't shoot that well from the outside. In fact, they're the 8th best team. That means there's only one team worse from three-point land because they've got a distinct size advantage inside. They've got a number of guys that they can bring off the bench, too, and they'll use a lot of bench.
Well, Williams is not really, I mean, he's not short for sure, 6'5", but, you know, college basketball-wise, that's not that big. You're talking about big! He says he even makes a big difference in practice. Practices are better, so everybody plays better as they inbound it to Mr. Hicks.
And as they say, iron sharpens iron.
And there's a little more iron right there. Mpaka.
As far as that goes with that everyday routine, you know where he got that post-flow routine?
Where's that?
From Billy, 20 years ago when he was coaching at Stephen F. and Billy was at A&M.
That's amazing. Billy's been doing it for quite some time as the Texans get it back. Still down 4 here. Hicks with the basketball on the left wing. Looking for the backdoor cutter. Boy, both teams play that defense, don't they? Grimes going to the bucket. Throws it up! And Mpaka throws it down. Boo Boo Benjamin.
That's Hunter Jack Madden, who missed that scoop shot badly, rejecting the screen. But again, hey, he went through a tough time, Hunter Jack Madden. He was 2 for 42 from 3 at one point this year. They need him to finish around the rim.
Texans on a 7-0 run here. Mizell to the bucket. Once again, Mpaka, this time right on top of
4 minutes left. Brendan Johnson, I'm David Salzman from the College Park Center in Arlington, Texas. Lone Star State Showdown in the WAC has been as advertised.
KT Turner for the Mavericks. He's been switching up his defense.
That's Mpaka.
Their team in blocks.
Great job by Bristow there playing off of Moncrief. Kind of pulled the chair out from under him. Oh, up ahead. Here we go. High fly.
Foul if you're Goldman.
Inbounds goes to Mpaka. Now to Grimes. Wing right. Boo Boo Benjamin, who had a rough night. As far as scoring, his worst night of the season on Thursday night. Only 2 points 5 on the shot clock. Get it down to Mpaka. Got it to go somehow between right side. Deshaun Stevens. Pull up, jumper, no good. Mpaka with another rebound. He has a nice start. 4 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists for Mpaka, as he got one on that last 3 as well.
Yeah, he's come out with the right mind state as number 23.
Another thing Texans have had trouble with here lately, especially with Freddie Hicks being out most of the season, foul trouble for their bigs. They get in foul trouble, and they just don't have answers. It's 5 on the shot clock. Mpaka going to fire up a 3. He got it to go. Outside, down low, up, under, and lay it in. Nice move by Chris Mpaka as he makes an instant.
No more mystery.
Don't need to be on the floor when you throw it up in the air like that. Chris Mpaka skies and slams.
1 point in the first half. Been in foul trouble, but man, way to play.
Got 6 here in the second half, and a lot of those coming in the last couple of possessions as the Red Hawks have closed what at one point was an 18-point lead for the Texans in this second half. Moving right. Gets it down low. Puts it in. Bucket and the foul. The first field goal for the Texans in the last 4 minutes and 38 seconds.
In terms of rebounding the basketball, comes in number 2, but that time he got lost. He knows how to seal, use his body, but he can score, as you just saw at the rim.
Revolver brings us our starting lineups, the official draft brewery of Tarleton State. It's Harrison, Williams, Grant Foster, Coles, and Brennan starting things off as the team here in this game. 2 in the first, 1 here in the second. Williams gets the screen. He'll take the 3, no good. There's Grimes on the rebound.
Texans making them go one and done. Early 3 ball right there in the half court. That's to Tarleton's advantage.
7-point game at half, 7-point game now. Each team with a bucket to start the second half. High screen from Mpaka. Grimes sets the feet.
And how about Harrison going over that screen, not allowing the defense to get in rotation?
Mpaka's going to put it up. That's going to be a goaltend as it comes up.
Good touch right there by the big man. You can see why he flirted with going into the NBA after last season.
Yeah, we've already got 3 fouls in this second half, but a lot of contact there. The refs are letting them play. If it's out of hand, they'll make the call, but you can see they're going to let them have some physicality in this second half, at least to start things off. Mpaka almost lost it and then rocked back.
Might be my favorite official tonight.
Well, I'm not saying every official makes mistakes. It's no big deal as Mpaka makes it result.
You said that just absolutely perfectly, head on a swivel. And then what did he do? He found a teammate who the defense got a little bit lazy, and they were off of Toulson just enough that he could squeeze that off easily and knocked it down.
Utah Valley with their largest lead on the afternoon. The big fella with some mid-range game. Utah Valley struggling from the 3-point range. Another missed 3. Mpaka just inside the 3-point line, and finishes.
It looked like he may have been fouled on that one as well, but Joseph Martinez did a good job of not fouling.
El Ghazawi to Miles. Now to Benjamin on the top. Off the screen from Mpaka. There's the alley-oop. And that.
Yeah, Ford led the team in scoring last year, second on the team in scoring this year behind Simpson. Free throws good by Hersey Miller. Mpaka, long baseline jumper, and that rattles home for Chris.
In the open. There's a ton of pressure on him today to be really good here in Wisdom Gym. Unfortunately, the Texans have been really good on their home court.
He's averaging nearly 17 points a game. Xavier Sykes is entered now in for Southern Utah. And D'Antoine Grimes on the floor for the Texans. Mpaka, strong move to the.
But all of a sudden their minutes drop. So their value also drops. So while they might make the money in the short term, it really hurts their long-term financial potential. And what Coach Judkins and a lot of these coaches believe is that sometimes the older players, they'll get their money and then they'll be like, you know what, we need more minutes. Let's go back to where we came from, and you'll start to see older players return to the WAG.
Mpaka, a little baby hook will fall in, and there's the first bucket tonight for Miles. Will drive, just lanes it up there, missed Mpaka, tips it in.
A tip of the
sports.
Yes.
And a Davenport, Washington led his team to a high school state championship over in Davenport. Hey, he can hoop. He had 16 against Wyoming this year.
He's good. You can tell he's very athletic, and he's gotten into that weight room and gotten stronger since last year.
Again, it's a two-possession game. Trailblazers just hanging around. Trying to snap a 10-game skid on the road this year.
How about Utah Tech denying the dribble handoff right there? That's a page out of Billy Gillespie's book.
Mpaka with the shot clock at 1. Hoisted up, and the rainbow drops. Benjamin tries another deep three. That one rims down. Mpaka tips it in. Chris and
Duke again shows how strong and how efficient he is in the post.
Well, the Lopes opened up a 14-3 run to open the game against Abilene Christian so far. 13-3 here tonight. Ooh, Colin Moore came up a little high.
Tyon's asking for the crowd to get into it.
He enters the game. He's played 7 minutes.
Yeah.
Tyon Grant Foster, who's led the way a season ago and just speaks to the depth of his team now. Up high and put down hard by him.
Closing in on 9th place.
So the Lopes exchange the 2 with a 3. 6 for 10 from beyond the arc are the Lopes. Benjamin Hicks. Bounce pass into Mpaka, working out war right-handed in. Grimes crosses the timeline. Moves near side. Bounce pass. Hicks. Same setup as last time. A little tighter on Grimes. Benjamin threads the needle. Mpaka. Woo!
From the corner, it's Sam Silverstein hitting a three-pointer, 6'6" junior guard out of Illinois by way of Harbor.
And this is not a Lancer team that shoots a lot of threes. They don't make a lot of threes. They are 8th out of 9 teams from deep. Tarleton State will let them have some of those.
Lancers had kind of an up-and-down season. They're 8-8, but they've got some not really quality wins, but some almost quality wins. Only lost to SMU by 2, 79-77. One
of the things we're going to talk about is turnovers. The Lancers are +1 in turnover battle. Meantime, turnover margin for the Texans, they are -1.
Mpaka on the block, right side, double. Right past it, gets it to go.
That Coach Gillespie will talk to him.
Corner, open look, Silverstein. No good. Mazzell will save it in. Probably should have let that go out, but found Benjamin. Benjamin dribbling right.
And I like how Benjamin attacks there before the zone actually has a chance to get set up. CBU's not sprinting back and getting set up in a hurry, and I'll be surprised if Coach Gillespie doesn't make the adjustment of really pushing the ball to force pressure on that defense.
Mpaka with the jumper from the baseline. Boy, had a high.
We saw so often a couple of years ago when Tarleton State, Sam Houston, and Southern Utah really battling for the top spot in the league.
Mpaka on the turnaround, the feed from Grimes here in the second half to try and help there on defense. Bristow with a nice evening so far, 6 points on 2 of 4 shooting. Mpaka with the follow off the miss.
They're 0 for 2 to start off here against the Texans. They get it inside to Mpaka with the left hand. Good off the glass. Chris Beaker for 3. And so far, both teams having a little trouble finding the bucket. 25% shooting for Tarleton State, 25 for Utah Tech. Mpaka, nice dish from Ben.
Tarleton started the season 5-10 coming to conference play. Three-pointer missed by Grimes. Up with it is Mpaka. Offensive rebound and the putback for the
first game that Silvera hasn't started.
Silvera in now. Texans with the basketball, a 3-point lead. Nice feed and a flush. Oh, the right hand line. Benjamin again late in the shot clock. Goes to the basket, puts it up. It won't go in. Tip back in by Mpaka, who's
well from deep. 6 of 14 for the game.
Bringing it up, Mazzell.
A 3-ball here would tie you, but you don't have to force it.
Plenty of time, 2 minutes left in the game. Oh, a nice pass and a bucket and a foul. Kind of recover as they start the second part of the season. Mention the starting lineups. They're brought to us by Revolver and go up. And, of course, for those years in transition from Division II to Division I. Last season, his team, second place in the regular season in the Western Athletic Conference. Boo Benjamin. Nice pass up and down. Mpaka with the finish.
Get ready to play defense.
Mazzell with the basketball. Now to Benjamin. Again, we see that trapping double. Mpaka back into the game. Up and under. Man-hand. He did not, so maybe not as bad as I thought. He's usually on him pretty tight. But, again, that goes back to, if you're hustling, you're going to make some mistakes. And he'd probably rather than make them hustling than sitting back.
Yeah, he just sent the assistant.
Yeah.
He sent the assistant and said.
Well, since about the first 10 minutes, the Texans really had this game taken over. The last 7 minutes or so, Howard Payne has played right here with the Tech. Right away, three-pointer. Wow. That's wet, too.
Wow.
Allen Roan roaming out from the perimeter. That was a long-distance three-pointer, a 25-footer.
He is testing his range.
Coming the other way. Watch out. Big throwdown, two hands, three-pointer, wet from the left side. Phillip. And the Yellow Jackets won't go away.
Don't leave 22 alone. And another one. He made one, but he stepped out of bounds before.
Well, and the story in that, too, is the size differences on these two teams. The Yellow Jackets got 2 offensive rebounds on that possession.
Yeah. And all by a guy that's in foul trouble, Ramey.
Pushing the other way. Nice move behind the back. Bristow, three-pointer, front rim, no good. Mpaka, put back. Can't get it. Puts it back again and gets it to go. Bringing it back up the court with a 12-point lead here, trying to finish this one off. Bristow can't get it to go. Mpaka with a rebound and another putback. And Mpaka.
So that's on purpose, the shoes?
I assume. I won't say that I've never woken up in the dark and put 2 different shoes on.
Hey, yeah, no kidding. I'm sure if Chi-Chi goes and gets 16 and 10 tonight, Coach Les doesn't care what combination he has on the right or left foot.
Well, and conversely, if he has a rough first half, we may see him come out with swap shoes for the second half. You never know. Sumnick defending, but a nice finish. Tarleton State, but even when Oklahoma State has gotten to the line, Brendan, they've not been efficient in making those. There's another turnover and a jam. Wide open in transition for him again. This is more the pace that they want to see. Usman for the lead, left it short. Far side, Grimes. We didn't see Grimes much in the first half.
Yeah, played 21 minutes at UTEP the other night, his first game. Scored 7 points. I thought looked really good and solid.
Silvera, one-on-one with Brantley. Inside instead. Shoveled underneath. 3 seconds to shoot. 2 to shoot. Over Usman. Got the roll.
Couple ways he's going to score in the paint like that, on offensive rebound and a free throw. Great job. Great look. It's like a set play.
Good looking lob there from David Terrell. Give him the assist. And the dunk there by Kalu. Loose ball, and Mpaka is going to have an easy dunk.
That's almost half of their points, Andy. It tells you how important that is for them.
It's been 17 turnovers for Tarleton State in this one. Miners came into this game forcing 19 turnovers. That's Mazzell inside. Tried to do too much with there, but Mpaka there to get the loose ball.
Great drive right there from Darius Johnson to attract attention. And then Mustafa Chiam showing a little touch at 8 feet.
Knights come with some pressure. Turnovers have been a big problem for Tarleton. They turn it over at the highest rate of any team in the country, almost 21 turnovers per game, due in large part to the personnel issues. They start 3 sophomores, a freshman, and a junior in Chris Mpaka, who drives Cheam and gets the opening bucket for Tarleton.
On the break, and right now the Knights really having trouble finding a rhythm offensively.
Danny Williams unable to hit. Knights 2 of 15 from the field. Never. Second time so far in the half that Tarleton has just been lost defensively.
100%. You know, Tarleton did a great job in the first half of being pretty engaged defensively. I mean, they held the Knights to only about 15% from the field there in that half. They have not carried that play over here in the second half.
And Mpaka got Cheam up into the air, able to spin it home.
Have a chance to beat the Texans.
Byron, that's an understatement. He's going to have to play beyond his years today, and the Crusaders just have to come into Wisdom Gym and just forget that they're not a very good team right now. They have to play for real, like outside of their minds.
Texans control the opening tip. They are in the white, down low, and they'll go to the big man, Chris.
They're a team that they're playing with house money. So they come into a game like this, they get hot. Just heat check on every shot.
Yeah, I think you could say, you know, Tarleton State goes and plays teams like, you know, Florida State and Baylor and schools like that. You know, if the Texans beat one of those schools, it's a big upset. I think you'd see the same thing from Dallas Christian.
Oh, yeah.
Tarleton, of course, though, 12-0 against Dallas Christian in the history of these two schools' career, as up and just took the extra step.
Yeah, this first period obviously been sloppy for the Texans. They want to play a lot cleaner against opposition like this. A lot of play designs.
7th turnover of the game for the Crusaders. Harrison, a little high-low game there. And whether you're a fan or you're a player down in those courtside seats, you better have your head on a swivel.
Yes, sir.
We've seen that a couple of times already this year, NBA and college basketball.
There it is.
Fans catching an orange snowball. Under got it to go. It wasn't 100% clean, but it made a couple of nice moves to get that bucket.
It wasn't pretty, but it worked.
Yes. Outside on the other side. Miles with it to Martinez. We approach the 16-minute mark here in the second half. Back to 23-point lead.
Neither team has been able to get much going over the last couple of minutes. No points for Tarleton State in the last 2 minutes and change. Michigan's missed their last 4 from the floor. Only 4 second-half points for the Texans. Miles around the screen from Mpaka, driving to the rim, and Chris Mpaka.
That's going to be tough for them against Michigan. They just went into a ball screen.
Cheddar a little strong, and the rebound is Miles.
Ball screen is not really something that they do a lot.
Michigan just 4 of 15 from 3 tonight. Mpaka inside with 2 more. Ends up in Harrison's hand, drives it at Golden, no, but Mpaka's there to finish it off.
In a game like this, if you're Tarleton, overs by the Texans in less than 4 minutes. 10-2 Baylor advantage. Chris Mpaka.
Sometimes we just need to snatch the ball, be a little bit tougher. They've been tougher tonight.
That's the first triple tonight for Creelan Avery. Again, the Texan out of Lubbock hits that triple, and that's the 7th three-pointer tonight for Tabor.
Avery, a guy that only hit 25% of his threes coming into the game.
And Mpaka, all but 3 minutes in this game. Well, Nick Crass, he's played, and Joseph Martinez every minute. So 2 Texans have played every single minute in this contest. Now a little bit more methodical. They'll use some clock here with a big lead on their way to win number 1 in this season. There's a great pass, and Mpaka lives. Well, the Texans, even with this big lead, you see that defense. They just never stop going. That motor's always running.
The help side steal, the 13th of the game for the Texans.
Mpaka just using that brute strength in the lane, goes right out.
We got a fun fact for you later. You're going to have to stick around for it because it is a very important historical note for Watkins and the Seminoles after 22 free throw attempts by a single player on Saturday. Ewan goes 2 for 2 from the stripe. Jordan Mazzell, freshman from Plano, Texas, had a great high school career in the Lone Star State. Looking to feed it inside. One-on-one with Ewan.
January was told that they're trying to turn the air conditioning down a little bit in the building to try and redirect some of that humidity. So get your jackets out of the tuck if you're sitting in the stands.
Matt Crass, you saw him just trying to get any sort of traction after nearly giving it away up the floor. Here's his brother Nick. Back to Benjamin. Post entry. More than half a dozen of the Division I records in those stat categories, so to speak. Since Tarleton made the jump up to the D1 level, he is sorely missed on this roster, but expected to make a huge impact. All WAC preseason selection this year.
Matt Crass comes out. Meanwhile, for Sam Houston, do you change anything on their side?
I don't think so. They just got to keep playing. They put up 47 points, and they gave up probably more than Chris Mudge wanted to in that first half, but yet still doing a good job.
Great slip screen by Mpaka.
Ozabor, and you can see why everybody sort of looking for him to lead the team.
Oh, Mpaka is made to say. Sam Houston leading Tarleton 65-42. Good set play out of the timeout. Mpaka grabs the rebound off the three-point miss and lays it in. Minute or so for Tarleton, getting his second action. And Mpaka is there for...
Tarleton plays so hard. You don't get this kind of effort out of most teams. You got to get your young players used to it.
Wow, great sharing. And Mpaka in full tonight as the game went on.
I do too. And I really thought that their bigs did a good job tonight. I thought that they contested well.
Count it for Chris Mpaka.
Tarleton, and seeing what was going on in Stephenville and saying, I want some of that. Go around Everett, can't hit his 3. And a chance for Tarleton to run and look for a bucket, down by 23. Mpaka banging inside, hook shot, go.